90%. That's how many language learners give up. They start full of excitement, ambition, goals, and then they quit. No, not because they're lazy or that they're not smart enough. It's because they were set up to fail from the start. And maybe you're watching this right now because you're this close to giving up too. Like you feel like you're not making any progress, you keep forgetting the words you thought you already knew, you can't understand anything without subtitles, and that voice in your head keeps saying, you've been at this for months, you should be better by now. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. You're not behind, you're not failing, you're just seeing the messy middle, the part that most people never talk about. But here's the truth. Fluency is not linear. It's not fast, and it's definitely not easy. Like, Japanese is hard, guys, and anyone who calls it easy is undermining the years of work, time, and commitment that goes into it. Even gifted learners with a knack for languages can't skip the process. They might acquire skills faster, sure, but they still have to put in the time. The practicing, the listening, the reading, the speaking. There are no shortcuts for the sheer volume of information needed for fluency. What is real though is this. If you made it this far on your journey, you've already done something that most people never will. You pushed through the boring parts, the confusing grammar, the kanji that all look the same, and even the moments where you thought, what's even the point? And yet, you're still here, still showing up. You've had that moment where a word pops up out of nowhere and you think, wait, I understood that. That's progress. And I know it doesn't always feel like you're improving, but improvement in language is kind of like growing taller. You don't notice it day to day until one day your clothes just don't fit anymore. And that is what fluency is like. It's 1,000 small wins that add up quietly until you realize you're living in the language. Listen, some days you're gonna feel like you're just killing it, and other days your brain's gonna feel like it's in reverse. And that's often when you hit the dip. It's that stage where you feel like you're putting in more effort than ever before, but you're not getting anywhere. But the thing is, the dip is temporary. You're actually making more progress than you think. The only time you truly stop improving is when you stop altogether. And weirdly enough, the moment you feel like quitting is often the moment right before you have a major breakthrough. Like, the dip doesn't mean that you're not smart enough or that you don't have what it takes. Like, even the most advanced learners experience this. Nobody has a perfect roadmap. And for me, my journey was over an entire decade of trial and error. Like, I hit so many walls, and honestly, I thought about quitting more than once. But my determination to show up, even on the hardest days, is what made all the difference. Of course, it's worth being honest with yourself. Like, if your life circumstances have changed and your long-term goal with the language no longer excites you, like if it's no longer relevant or meaningful, it might actually make sense to just step away. But if you still see a strong future with the language and real value in learning it, then that's a solid reason to keep pushing forward. And honestly, the fact that you're still here watching this video right now tells me that that's probably the case. The 90% quit. But not because they weren't capable, it's just they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know that feeling lost is part of the process, that forgetting is part of remembering, and that struggle is how your brain rewires itself. Look, if you made it this far, you're not part of the 90%. You're still here, you're still pushing forward, and that's what matters. You don't need to be a genius, you don't have to be perfect, you just gotta keep showing up consistently, even if imperfectly. And when you finally hit that moment where you can read your favorite book without looking up every other word, or have a conversation without translating in your head, or finally understand the lyrics of that song that you played 100 times, you'll remember exactly why you started, and you'll know that it was worth it. If this gave you even a little bit of clarity or motivation, I've got more videos in the works that go deeper into how to make Japanese feel less overwhelming, more doable, and maybe even a little bit of fun. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.